All right, welcome in, my beautiful Aries and Aries placements. This is going to be your year ahead reading for 2025. We're going to dive in here and see what may be going on for you guys next year. I'll be doing more specific readings for you guys as far as getting into the very details of it. But for now, we're going to get an overall view, the overall year ahead as a whole. Okay. So first, I want to take a look at the lessons that you have learned from this year of 2024. So let's dive into that. All right. So the Four of Pentacles. I feel like you guys have learned that holding on to certain things, how that can hurt you. Holding on to things, how it can hurt you. Okay. I want to dive in more here. Let's take a look at what you can expect for 2025. Six of Wands, success. Nice, Aries. Success, victory in some endeavor here. I feel like you've already been working on this. Okay. What's a challenge that Aries may face this next year? For 2025, what is a challenge that Aries may face? All right, the Page of Swords. Looks like something that you're going to have to learn here. Okay. How can Aries harness their inner power? The Lovers. Wow. So this is about balancing your divine feminine, divine masculine energy. This is something we talk about a lot on this channel and on this website here. Balancing that for yourself. Let's take a look at the personal theme for the year. Aries' personal theme for the year. The Five of Pentacles. Okay. Don't be too alarmed by that. We're going to clarify all this. A new opportunity that awaits Aries for 2025. The Ace of Wands. That is new. That is a new opportunity, quite literally. All right. And let's take a look at the advice for the year. Show me the advice for the year for Aries. Queen of Wands. Well, that is Aries energy. That is also about your confidence. Look at this. Emperor underneath the deck. Also Aries energy. Okay. So let's get into this here and see what's up with you. All right, so we're looking at the Four of Pentacles here. The lesson that you have learned from 2024. Again, this is about like how holding on to certain things can harm you, can hinder you, can hurt you. Let's see. Show me this Four of Pentacles. Yep. Five of Pentacles. For some of you, this could have been a lesson with finances, okay? Maybe saving. It could be something having to do with money. Tower. Yeah, did some sort of financial difficulty kind of legal? Possibly. Could have been a legal endeavor. I feel like whatever you were holding on to or greed, it could have been some type of greed. I feel like you may have experienced some sort of difficulty, maybe even a legal situation when it comes to that. Something that you held on to resulted in some sort of legal ramification. Could have been something about a liability that you faced. But again, there's this holding on to something created this energy of the Five of Pentacles, which can represent like losing something or lack. It could also be about holding on to things that don't value you, or holding on to things that prevent you from seeing your own worth here. So I feel like you had some kind of major event that kind of took place. I'm just going to darken the... It's getting kind of bright in here, so... You may have found possibly like a lack of balance in a situation as well this year. Trying to make something work, but it seems that it just didn't. It just did not come to some kind of equilibrium that you were hoping it would, okay? So this might be about holding on to something far too long. Again, I just get this overall energy of learning that holding on to things that don't value you, or that are not you not seeing your own worth, it creates difficulty, creates burden. I'm sorry it's so bright, guys. The Six of Wands looks promising though, Aries, okay? What you can expect this next year. Cups. Five of Wands. And the Four of Pentacles. Let me look at this Queen of Cups. And the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like this Four of Pentacles, this struggling to let go of something is basically what I'm seeing here from this last year. But I feel like you stepping out on your own here actually is going to create more stability. It's also going to be more fulfilling. There's something here about you feeling like the right thing to do, or where you're being led even intuitively. The wise thing even is for you to step out on your own with something. It seems like being connected or holding on to something here creates more of a challenge for you, or creates a difficulty for you. Okay, maybe fighting arguments, especially where it may involve relationship, especially if you're watching this for your Aries, Moon, or Venus. I see success in some endeavor by you stepping away from something here. Okay, that seems very positive. I see success here. Something that has been challenging being successful, but I feel like by letting go, the challenge is released. I'm curious what this could be for you. Some of you, I'm getting that it's relationship related, but for others of you, it certainly could be work related. You may hear Athena snoring in the background. But your intuition is going to ask you to kind of step out on your own, or step out independently of something. I feel like you may find more stability. There could have been some sort of financial struggle too if you weren't willing to step away from something, especially if this is work related. If you weren't willing, especially like if you have Aries in the 2nd house or 10th house possibly. You're going to want to watch this for the houses that you have Aries in, okay, and the placements that you have Aries in. Just pay attention to that. But I see some kind of success when it comes to you stepping out on your own here. Okay. The Page of Swords, a challenge that you will face, or a lesson that you will learn here. Show me this Page of Swords. Six of Swords. Do you feel like you need to be surrounded by people to be successful or to feel confident? Because I feel like that's not the case, and that might be what this lesson is about. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, Aries, I feel like this is about you not being afraid to move in a different direction for your own personal fulfillment here. I think this is the lesson. That Page of Swords can be you learning something, becoming a student of something. It could also be about you speaking up for what you want. Yeah, the Two of Cups. Aries, my loves, this is about you doing what's right for you. You doing something that's right for you here, something that you feel like is going to fulfill you, or something that you have a desire for, your hopes and dreams and wishes here. You're going to find that you step into more balance, more harmony, more equilibrium by actually kind of following your heart, if you will. But this has to do with your fulfillment. Learning to move away from things that aren't fulfilling, or learning to move in the direction of your fulfillment here. That's going to bring more balance and harmony into your life. So I feel like whatever this is, by you kind of stepping out on your own with something, that has to do with your fulfillment with the Nine of Cups, wishes being fulfilled. Show me that Nine of Cups. Yeah, the Four of Cups. My loves, I just heard party pleaser. I don't know. What does that mean? Okay. Maybe that's relevant to someone. I feel like, oh, okay, so they're mentioning here people pleasing. That may be what that's in regard to. I don't know what the party has to do with it, but you may kind of put yourself on the back burner, or may put your desires, your needs, your wants aside for other people. And I feel like that may be where you experience some kind of I'm hearing disorganization, but it can also be where you may experience some kind of like this feeling of being off kilter, feeling burdened even. So I feel like you're learning to take care of your own desires here, your needs, your wants. And then again, this not being afraid to move away from that. You're going to learn that even though it may be challenging to do that because you want everybody around you to be happy, that it's also like people aren't going to be happy unless you're happy too. So especially when it comes to partnerships here with this Two of Cups, but more than anything, I just feel like this is about you doing things that are going to bring you harmony, that are going to bring you fulfillment. It's important to take other people into consideration, but this is also about you taking yourself into consideration here. There's a lot about balance here in this reading. Not just pleasing everybody else, we need to please Aries too, right? So I feel like this stepping out looks like it has something to do with this emotional fulfillment. You're going to find that things are much more balanced when you can do this. Okay? Let's look at the Lovers here. How to harness your inner power. It's Gemini energy. Show me this, Lovers. Page of Wands. Knight of Wands. The King of Swords. First off, Aries, I want to say you're really great at initiating, okay? You're really great at getting things off the ground. You got a lot of passion. Sometimes it can be a little impulsive here, okay? It can be inconsistent. You can start something and maybe not finish it. So I feel like this is about having a plan on the things that you want to take action on, having a vision for these things. It's not that you don't have the vision. I feel like it's about strategy and planning. Again, you're really great. You're cardinal energy, so you're really great about getting things off the ground, getting things started, initiating things. Sometimes, though, it can be a little impulsive, so I feel like this could be about coming at it from a balanced approach, which the balanced approach would be this strategy, this planning when it comes to things that you're trying to implement, things that you're trying to start, things that you're trying to go after, because you are a very passionate sign. That fire energy, which is showing up here. I feel like there's a balanced approach. I feel like if you can incorporate a creative element to something here, this balance can almost be facilitated naturally for you. Yeah, Three of Wands. Yeah, this is like long-term planning, Aries, okay? So I feel like this is about you creating a plan of attack, if you will, a strategy to go after something to really be able to ground it into reality, okay? You're going to have to be a little diplomatic or very, maybe even for some of you, cutthroat when it comes to this. Okay, you might even have to put in some, some parameters or some boundaries for yourself. But I feel like you might have a lot of ideas, a lot of things that you want to go after, a lot of things that you want to accomplish, especially if you're freeing yourself from something that's been a little confining or constraining this last year. Then, I feel like you might kind of like want to do everything all at once. So this is just telling me that you can really benefit from planning and strategy and a long-term vision here for the future. Okay, Three of Wands, where you're headed, where you want something to land in the end. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at your personal theme for the year here with this Five of Pentacles. Knight of Swords. Well, part of this is about you speaking up for yourself. Yes, communication. Show me more. Yep, the world. Yeah. There's the devil. Yeah, see, Aries, I think that, you know, I know, if there's anything I know about you, Aries, it's that you value your freedom. So something that I am seeing here is, you know, you kind of standing up for that. You finally drawing some kind of line in the sand and closing out or leaving or putting anything behind you that's not allowing you that kind of freedom. But I also feel like instead of keeping your mouth shut, again, this wanting to please everybody else, wanting to make everybody else comfortable, make sure everybody else is happy, there is a necessity here for you to speak up for yourself and kind of lay the groundwork for the path that you're going to be moving toward. And I do feel like, you know, for some of you, there could be a lot of travel this year, this 2025, okay? There could be a lot of travel involved here. But I feel more than anything, this is about you speaking up for yourself and being able to lay to rest anything that might be very confining or, again, trying to maybe keep you in some kind of box here. Because I feel like there's something here that has been prohibited for you or you've been restricted from. And I'm going to tell you, I think for some of you, it's some kind of relationship that you've been in or a partnership that you've been in. And I feel like by speaking up for yourself and your needs and wants here, you're going to be able to have a whole lot more fulfillment in your life. Okay, this Five of Pentacles feels like some area of your life has been depleted, but you haven't been speaking up. You haven't been saying, well, this is what I need. You've been staying involved in something to make everybody else happy. Okay, and I see you, for some of you, closing these things out. For some of you, not taking no for an answer. Okay, and really standing up for yourself here so that you can feel whole. Something here about feeling whole. I feel like you do have desire here to travel. I see a lot of travel energy, maybe even long distance. For some of you, this might be about moving. But for some of you, I do get that it's closing things out that have kept you restricted or have been maybe, I'm hearing something about you being hardwired for this. So this may be something that comes from like childhood. Something that's a pattern for you, especially with this devil energy here. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, look at that. There's something here keeping you from opportunities, keeping you from growth. Okay, so I see, for some of you, closing these chapters where that's been a part of it. For others of you, this is you just speaking up for yourself and your needs. Not letting people stop you or not letting, you know, when you're told no, prevent you from continuing to try and move yourself forward here. Okay, communication is going to be very important. Travel too. I'm getting quite a bit of travel here. Okay, you have the Ace of Wands here as far as an opportunity that awaits you. So let's see what this is. Show me this Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands again. Wow. Money, honey. Money, honey. Okay. So some long-term, okay, I see long-term wealth, legacy, something that you're going to be doing that's going to generate quite a bit of stability for you here, security. Two of Swords. Nine of Swords. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. Again, you speaking up for yourself with this Page of Swords here. Yeah, see, there's that hardwired energy I was just picking up. There's something here about like how you've done things in the past. Yeah. You might be revisiting something here, okay? Or you're not allowing the past to hinder you anymore. It could be, again, I keep getting this hardwired. I feel like there's something from childhood that has allowed you to feel kind of complacent or just comfortable with the status quo, Aries, and that's really not like you. So for some of you, I do feel like this is something that's inherited, if you will. I see some sort of creative endeavor or something that you're quite passionate about could provide a lot of security for you. However, I feel like there's also like the opportunity to miss the opportunity. There's a potential to miss some kind of opportunity by you not speaking up for yourself or you not standing up for yourself and your needs and your wants. Again, you know, you really coming into your own in 2025. I feel like this eclipse that we had this year in Libra season, I think you're going to be really implementing some sort of change. And you have a few months left before you're really going to see that change kind of take hold in your life in Aries season by that Libra full moon in Aries season. So it's not, as fast as time is moving, it's not that far off here. Whatever this is, this creative idea or this desire that you have to generate something in your life, to do something here, looks like it's going to create a lot of security for you. Again, there's a necessity for you to kind of step out on your own or to separate yourself from the crowd, or maybe from a relationship or from a work situation that's really going to allow you to shine here. Show me anything about this Ace of Wands. Page of Cups. You're going to have to allow yourself, Aries, to be vulnerable. Put yourself in a vulnerable position. Put yourself in a position to even fail. But again, I feel like as long as you can have this structure and you can put this plan into place, you're going to see something very fruitful come into the picture here for you. I feel like this is about you really taking control of your life and having the confidence that's like etched, okay, in your DNA here. The confidence to go after something. I feel like this is more like you kind of pushing past some kind of nervousness or anxiety that you may fail. So this could be a fear of failure that kind of stands in your way. That's where this vulnerability comes in. You allowing yourself to be vulnerable enough to step out and go for something here. The Queen of Wands is your advice. Again, that is Aries energy. Four of Wands. Seven of Cups. Yeah, I think you have a lot of ideas here. And there it is, Six of Wands. Look at this. Aries, my loves, this is about you grounding some kind of idea that you have into the physical, building some kind of foundation that you can place it on. Okay, so working towards some kind of foundation, working towards something stable. I feel like you have a lot of ideas. I feel like this is about you kind of harnessing this confidence, that I am energy, that cardinal energy of initiation here, so that you can make something successful. Your confidence, I think you're going to prove it to yourself by stepping out on your own here. Okay? I feel like the things that you've been connected to, this is like, I don't know why I get the sense that you feel like you need something or you need someone in order to feel stable. I think you're really going to impress yourself here. You're gonna think back and be like, why didn't I do this sooner? Why wasn't I able to do this sooner? And look at where I'm at now. Your confidence is really key here to your success, quite literally. Your desire to persevere, your desire to build something. I think you might get, especially for those of you that maybe have a water, moon, or Venus, maybe air. You question yourself. I think this is about you stepping into being sure about yourself so that you can take control of your life here and build something that you want, or create something that you want for yourself. And it seems like you're doing it alone. Or at least doing it independently. Okay? This looks very positive for you. I'm going to pull you a Moonology here. Show me for my Aries, please. The energy is gaining momentum. Yeah, there's like this pressure energy. I see work through your fears here. New moon in Scorpio, which we just had. No. Yes, we did. We had it on the 1st. As I'm doing this reading, it is November the 7th. Okay. I feel like there's going to be this pressure. The longer you hold on to something, the longer you're staying where you're at, there's going to be this pressurized energy, and it can result in some kind of explosion. Okay, again, the Tower, or This could be you relieving some kind of pressure and taking control, harnessing this energy and making it happen for yourself without something having to like fall apart in order for you to step into it. You see what I'm saying? This is by you harnessing that energy and initiating it, which again, that's what Aries energy does. But I think to really build a foundation for something long term here, the confidence is going to be important. Okay. All right, my loves. I hope that this was helpful. I'll see you guys again soon. Mooches.